Latino community. All right, so this is also the first time that we're going to record or transmit live on Facebook Live. Energy Trust is the godfather of this app today. So I hope that it all works out. So Beder, how are you? Jose, Beder, Norma Palacios, how are you? Hi, Gustavo. Hi, Jose. I saw you there already. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Gustavo. Hi. Jose, Leticia. Good morning. Citlali Rodriguez. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. It's great. Anna's iPhone. Good morning. Eric Flores. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Ashley, all right, one more minute and we'll get the presentation going and people are going to be joining in on the presentation. All right, if you'd like, let's get started. Sound good, Emma, Alejandro? If we get started? One second. All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Gustavo Gordillo from the Impact Beaverton Business Recovery Center. Rob is with me today from Impact Beaverton. And welcome everyone, and thank you for coming today. This webinar is part of an informational session we have every week with small business owners where they can learn from experts about strategies and advice to help their businesses grow. Today we feel honored to host our presenter Emma Clark and also Alejandro Saucedo from Energy Trust. They will present about a great topic, how to save money. How to save money and energy for your home-based business. The presentation will be recorded and later it will be available through the Impact Beaverton YouTube channel as a resource for small businesses. We will also make the audio in English available through our talented interpreter, Jessica Dover, who is with us today. Thank you, Jessica. After the presentation, we'll have a Q&A session, and we won't record that so that everyone feels comfortable asking any question they have. As the presentation goes on, you can put your question in the chat box, and we will do everything possible to address every one of them. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Emma, Alejandro, maybe you could just introduce yourselves and explain a little bit about what you do and what your role is at Energy Trust. Thank you. Hi, good morning, Gustavo. Good morning, everyone. This really is an honor and a privilege to be with all of you today again. And it's really exciting. It's a dream come true, and especially congratulations to all of you being your own boss. You're on the road filled with opportunities to build a better community. It really is. It's a huge step. for a successful future. I I imagine that you aren't here today by chance. Maybe like me, you have family members and great mentors like Gustavo, Roberto, who've been alongside of you with your success. Um, so my name is Emma Clark. I am the new senior manager of outreach for Energy Trust of Oregon. This is for communities of color. Um, that is the essence and the heart of what we do, and we try to reach communities. And this is a key, especially if your goal is to make sure that your business adds value to the community and it grows. My role at Energy Trust was created to increase offers to communities that don't know about us, especially for people with low income in rural areas and people of color. So I'm really excited to be part of this really important role, and it really is a privilege to be with you, and it's an honor. Thank you so much for the invitation, Gustavo, and thank you, Rob and Alicia. Next, my colleague Alejandro is going to introduce himself. He is going to start with today's presentation. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Gustavo, good morning, and to the rest. I'm hoping you're having a great morning. My name is Alejandro Salcedo Abela. I work in Energy Trust of Order as a program coordinator. So I deal a lot with the programs that we're going to talk about today, and we're going to focus on having better access for Latino communities and Spanish speakers throughout the state, and especially and I want to see how these communities can participate in these offers that we have for you, and how Emma and myself can help you to grow your business, especially for Latino communities. Um, Really, I deal with the day-to-day operations, so I know all about the details of the programs. But anyway, that's why I'm here today with Emma, and and especially here in the Beaverton community. I grew up here in a group, and I was part of a group like this that helped me grow a business, and it's really is an honor to be back here again. All right, so now I'm going to show you the presentation. One moment, please. All right, so good morning. For everyone who still has not chosen their language, these are the instructions. I have placed them in the chat as well. And if you have any questions, you can ask questions in the chat and we can help you there. So, down below, there should be a little button that says slideshow so that you can just see the slides. There it is, perfect. All right, so we can get started. Okay, well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to this presentation, Tuesday the 8th. We're going to have a great morning. Before we get started, I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce the programs that Energy Trust has, and we want them to be known and accessible to all customers. Today, this is the agenda. We're going to talk about who we are. We're going to talk about information about how to, about energy use in your home and your business, and the use and cost. And finally, we're going to have some open space so that people can ask any questions that they have about this information that we gave, or maybe about the services that we offer. So a little bit about Energy Trust. We are an independent nonprofit. We are dedicated to serving 1.6 million customers for Portland General Electric, Pacific Power, Northwest Natural, Cascade Natural Gas, and Avista. We also have customers in Southwest Washington that are Northwest Natural customers. As an organization, we are committed to providing access to affordable energy, and so that in our programs for customers, we have a variety of programs, um, including residential properties, commercial properties, industrial, and also agricultural. The services that we provide to customers that participate save money on their energy bills, they support local businesses, and they also strengthen our local Oregon economy. So it's really important to clarify that people sometimes get us confused with other organizations, and I'd like to clarify who we are and who we are not. We are not a government agency. We're not a bank or public service or part of the state energy department. We are an independent nonprofit organization. Since we started in 2002, we've had an investment to have a significant impact on businesses and homes and communities, and also in the Oregon environment. So as you can see on the screen, this is a map of coverage in the area, in the state. To be able to be eligible to have Energy Trust resources, customers have to be customers of the 5 public services that provide energy. Here, specifically in Beaverton, it's most likely that you're a PG customer, so you are eligible for our services. But I do recommend that you check your utilities bill to make sure that you qualify. This map shows the service territories for the utilities customers in Oregon. So we cover most of the metropolitan area and other parts of the area of the state, but not the whole state. So you can see that if you live far away from the city of Beaverton, I recommend that you keep checking your service in the future to see if you qualify. So, what can Energy Trust do for you? Energy has provided $968 million of incentives to customers in cash service. So we have a trade ally network of almost 1,900 small professional and contracting businesses that help us serve customers in Oregon. So if you go to our website, in English it's Trade Ally Network. It's Red de Aliados Comerciales in Spanish. So along with these resources, we also offer efficient energy resource and renewable energy. And we have services for residential homes, for existing structures, for industrial and agricultural facilities. We also manage public organizations and nonprofit organizations. So what's an incentive? An incentive is a large part of the services that we provide, and basically incentive is a sum of cash money to help with energy efficiency and to make it more accessible. So you can also compare it with another incentive that you may have seen. Um, for example, if you bought more efficient equipment, for example, if you got a gas heater, you could get a standard incentive of $550. So that could help to make your gas more efficient. That's a big part of the services or things that we offer. It's one of the more popular incentives that Energy Trust has. We have cash incentives for several services. For example, if you wanted to get a new air conditioner or windows or a heat pump, we have incentives that can help with that. These are some of the examples of the standards incentives that we have that are available for residential and commercial homes or home-based offices. It's not a complete list, but there could be more incentives available to you depending on the type of home you have and the type of contractors that are in the network. Our vision really is to help customers. So Energy Trust it does not consider itself successful unless customers are happy and with our investments. Um, so if after replacing electric stoves or inefficient wood stoves, you can see a reduction in your energy bill. Um, and this can be an example for other people to get incentives as well, and you can save on your energy bill. Our mission is also to work hard with the contractors in our network throughout the state. Um, so by having these strong relationships with these contractors, we can cover more parts of the state. We work with contractors in all parts of the state, and we have contracts with more coming. All right. Our objective in Energy Tip is to help you to make changes to your home so that it's more energy efficient. And part of this includes sharing information to help you to understand how your home uses energy. So we'd like to share some information about the 5 main categories of how your home uses energy. And we're going to share some advice, some tips to reduce your energy and your costs. So it's very likely that you know this, but most of the energy in your house is in heating and cooling. So if you understand how your home is heated or cooled, that can help you to reduce your energy bill and save money. For example, a system like a heat pump, they're much more efficient than a propane or gas system. A lot of homes in Beaverton and the state have a variety of heating systems. So if you're not sure what type of heating system you have, I recommend that you contact a contractor in our network or contact Energy Trust to figure out what kind of system you have and how to improve it. Um, um, so So you can also just get a hold of some of the contractors in our network to reduce your costs. But to start, um, well, a lot of people don't know that replacing the filters in your heating or in your heat pump can help you to decrease your costs and your use of energy. You can find those in Home Depot. There's information about how to do that there. You can do it yourself. And the second piece of advice we have. Can we go back to the last one, Emma? Okay. The second the thing is you can close up any places that heat or can escape your house with like foam, or you can do that for your air conditioning. You don't want to lose the heat or the cooling going out. If something is going out the window, you can see that maybe it's going out the bottom, and sealing that up could help you to increase your energy efficiency in the house. So finding where things are escaping out can help you quite a bit to save energy. We also recommend that you invest in an intelligent thermostat with, or a smart thermostat with Wi-Fi. We give you an incentive to help you with that. Basically, a smart thermostat can help you to adjust the heat. You can program it, you can do it remotely. You can change the environment in the house, and a lot of there's a lot of different ones available on the market, and it's very easy to find a model and that can make adjustments outside the home with your phone. And a smart thermostat can help you save 10% on your energy bill. The second category to reduce your bill is your home appliances. So one of the biggest tips that we have is think about how you're using your appliances. For example, even though you might be working, you should probably replace your refrigerator that's been more than 10 years old. You could save up to $270 the next 5 years if you substitute an Energy Star certified refrigerator. Um, other ways to reduce the amount of energy that you're using when you're cooking. They include using a home, like a small toaster, microwave, a slow cooker, or other type of smaller appliance instead of using your stove or oven. Um, there are cases in which you could heat your food in another way than in the stove, right? That can help you to reduce your energy and your cost. Another large appliance are your washer and dryer. They collectively use around 5% of your home's energy. Some ways to limit the quantity of energy that you're using to wash and dry your clothes include fill it all the way, have a full load, use cold water, and try not to overfill the machines um, because you can overfill it or underfill it. They're both inefficient. Can you go to the last one, please, about the heating? Okay, yeah. Your water heating system can help you to reduce your energy bill by 20%. It's one of the simplest way to lower your energy costs is in your water heating. And one of those ways is to reduce the amount of water you're using. That can be through a combination of shorter showers, washing hand with cold water, and installing low flow taps. Also, in your heating system, water heaters can also have a thermostat, and so you can adjust the temperature to 120 degrees Fahrenheit or less. Um, so finally, if your water heater is over 10 to 15 years old, consider replacing it with a newer, more efficient system. That will not only reduce your operating costs, but it will also put you ahead of any unexpected failure, which could suddenly leave without hot water. And the last category, the smallest category, is 12% in. And that is lighting. We're all guilty, including myself, of lighting places that we're not using. Just by shutting off lights where you're not currently in can help you to reduce your energy by quite a bit. Um, uh, a simple way to illuminate places is to have a movement detector. Um, some uh, Probably instead of leaving, your lights on all night um, or when you're not there, um, you can get a movement detector, and It doesn't make a huge difference in the short term, but it can make a long-term impact on your energy bill. And the other tip that we have is, if you haven't heard of it, is to invest in the LED light bulbs that are certified by Energy Star. They use up to 90% less energy than uh, and incandescent bulbs, and they last up to 15 to 25 years or times Moss. So we do recommend that you only use LED certified Energy Star light or bullet bulbs in your house. So I know that you might have a lot of questions about what we were just talking about the services that we offer and the information that we shared, um, about energy systems use, about the tips. So we can open it up to ask some questions. We're going to leave this space open, and you can ask about any topic that you have, about any questions that you have. And I'd also like to introduce Eric Flores Diaz, who works with me, and he has a lot of experience in Energy Trust, and he can probably provide a whole lot of information about energy use if you have any questions. Thank you, Alejandro. Can you hear me? Yes, perfectly. All right, good morning, and thank you for being with us today. As Alejandro mentioned, I am an account manager with the residential program. The majority of my time I work with contractors. We talk about incentives, other programs, and as Alejandro mentioned, we are also trying to connect people and community who um, we have not had good contact with in the past, and with businesses as well. So we're here to answer any of the questions that you have about our program or um, about any other topic that Alejandro was talking about. Well, thank you, Eric. As I mentioned, I just wanted to open up the space. You can, if you have any questions in Spanish or in English, and we are available, and we want to help us any way that we can, the best way that we can. Perfect. Let me check. Jose raised his hand. You can go ahead and ask your question. Yeah, this is Jose Hernandez, and I just have a question. I live in an apartment. Can I implement these sensors for the light sensors to turn on the lights or not, or is that okay for apartments? As far as for apartments and multifamily units, it's a little bit different. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of knowledge about that part of the program, but we do have a program. There's a department in our team that's focused on multifamily units. So to start, I think that you would have to talk with uh, the property owner or the landlord to see what you can do in your own units. Um, the thing is, each unit is different. Some allow it, others have restrictions on what kind of changes you can make. So it's important that you talk with your apartment property owner to see what you can do. But we do have a department that is focused specifically on multifamily units. So I do recommend that you get in contact with me, and I'm going to put my information at the end, and I can get you connected to the right people to give you the answer. Okay, thank you very much. Very good, Jose. Okay, we have Sandra who raised her hand. Sandra, you can ask your question. Yeah, good morning. My question is, we have a home and from around 1950. It was built around then. So I wanted to know how or what can we do to determine if our heating system I don't know. It's probably very old and it probably spends, more energy than the new ones, but who can maybe help us? Could someone help us to do an inspection or do you do that type of service or we live in the Beaverton area. Yeah, we do have those services. We have two ways that we can do that. You can first go to energytrust.com. We have just updated the site so it has a tool where you can put the information about your home and you can say what type of heating system you have and it'll give you information. The site is only in English right now. So the other thing that you can do is you can get in contact with us and we can put you in contact with a contractor in your area, and often they offer services in Spanish. And in fact, I can think of two in Beaverton who does that service. But if your house is from the 50s, um, maybe you want to look if you can see what last time it was updated, your heating system. It's very likely, or in my point of view, an Energy Trust point of view, it's likely that we should probably get a more comfortable, more efficient, newer system. So I'll put my contact information at the end of this presentation. So if you'd like to write me with your questions, I can pass them over to the right person, or I can help you to follow up with next steps. Thank you. Thanks, Alejandro. Um, just to complement that, that is there cost to that type of service for the applicant to do a home energy review? Yeah, to do that review. It's like if they want to come and inspect for to see if they want to invest in something, I imagine it would have some type of cost, right? But to install it, it would. But would it be for for the team to come out or for the person? Uh, Is there some type of cost for someone to come inspect? You know, Eric, do you know if there's a cost? Yeah, Alejandro, there's not a cost. There are two different types of reviews that, like Alejandro mentioned. One is, wait, both are going to be through contractors, but one, if you qualify for a program, there's certain communities where they'll cover the cost, or there's another review that in which they do more, they examine the system more thoroughly, they give you more information. So sometimes there are costs for that, but there are contractors here in the Portland area that can do it for free still. As Alejandro mentioned, we could connect you with one of them so you can apply for that service, ask for that service. We also used to offer that service free. Um, I think I can't remember how many years it's been though, 7 or 8 years that we haven't offered that. So if you can get in contact with us, we can also do something similar over the phone. We can just take all the information about your heating system, if you have insulation, um, how old the house is. So those are the options that we have. But there's not a charge initially if it's through the community program, but the contractor could offer you something a little more more detailed or more review, more, a little bit deeper. So that could cost. So I imagine it depends on the job. They do like maybe $150 for that. I'm not sure, but there are options before you would have to pay anything. Thank you very much, Eric. We have Sandra Mariscal. She she raised her hand. Go ahead, Sandra Mariscal. Hi, this is Miguel. This is Miguel. Good morning, Gustavo. So my question is, if you need to put solar panels on your house, um, do you need to have a certified contractor to do that if you're going to do that? You know that unfortunately, I personally, and I work in the residential program and Energy Trust. It doesn't really focus on solar power, so I don't really have the correct answer for you because I don't know it. But if you can get into contact with me after, I can connect you with the appropriate person who could answer that question for you. I just don't want to give you incorrect information. And I also wanted to ask, there's some new units at Costco where they have air conditioning, or it, works as both as like heating and cooling. Depends on what you need. There's converters. I don't know if you work with that type of unity, um, where you have one part of it inside and the other side, and the other side of the wall outside. That's like a heating pump. There's two types. There's with conductors and non-conductors. So we do have those available, and we support a lot of people in investing in that. So if you have any questions about that, we have incentives for that to help you invest in that type of technology. But yeah, um, it all depends on the model that you get and what you buy. But yeah, definitely communicate with me after this, and we can talk about the next steps and uh, what type of quote you can get to put it in, what kind of installation, etc. Okay, thank you, Alejandra. Thank you. This is Miguel. Thanks. Yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, sorry, Miguel. As far as your question about solar panels, I just put in the chat. I put a link for an analysis that we do based on your house. And it's basic information about the house, um, what you're thinking about as far as the solar system. If you fill that information, someone will get in touch with you to talk in more detail. And Miguel, as far as your question about if you can install it yourself, unfortunately, um, it does have to be done by a contractor to qualify for the incentive. Yeah, no, my question as far as the solar panels was really more just about comparing the cost of doing it through a company. Um, Even though they don't ask you for a down payment, it's really, really high. I was looking at a quote, and I was just shocked by the final price. So, um, and it's a good alternative to solar panels, but the final cost is really high. So that was one of the things that is probably limiting, it's limiting people. It's not really working for people because that final cost is really high. I don't know how much I'm saving by installing it, because before I had a construction company and we would install and uninstall uh, things like that in structures. And, you usually have to hire an electrician to bring down the electrical line. I mean, did you understand, or should I explain it in English? No, 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 I understand. I understand. And also, was Alejandro, like he said, we don't usually work in the solar panel dis, department, so I don't want to, give you incorrect information. So you've done that type of work before, so in that page that I linked, there's a phone number. So give us a call to see if maybe there's a way to help you that way. But like I said, typically that's not something that we can give an incentive for doing the work yourself. Okay, thank you very much, Eric. We have someone else who raised their hand, Jose Gomez. My friend, if you'd like to ask your question, please. Yeah, thank you so much, Gustavo. And I'd like to congratulate you. Uh, I have a question. So about some of the questions that we're already asking. So, so if you're in a home and you're putting solar panels on and or you're getting wind energy or solar energy, I don't know what the difference is if you um, uh, so so I was hearing what he was saying about the high cost of installation. So even though it seems like there's not a lot of specifications for that project, so I wanted to find out more about that. So getting to my original question, so do you do like a holistic diagnostic assessment to see what kind of technology we have, or just look over the whole house? In addition, I don't know if so I understand that there's a program that you have also to benefit micro and small businesses. So do you still continue with that program? Thank you. So unfortunately, I couldn't hear you very well. So your question, if you could repeat that, please, that would be great. We couldn't hear you very well. Can you hear me okay now? It's a little better. Okay. So I was commenting that the direct question, do you offer some type of diagnostic or assessment program to be able to verify what, probability there is to change, uh, or to have better energy efficiency in a home? Obviously to save money on your electrical bill or to have access to all these sensors or to help people with this. Sorry, and I'm not understanding your question. Do we have a service that can increase the likelihood of changing a system, or what was that? Emma, go ahead. Maybe you can help me out. I think what he's asking is, what Jose's asking is if we offer some type of review or analysis in the home where the person can know, in what areas they could make improvements to reduce their energy use. Yeah, good morning. Sorry, now that I have your question, yeah, that is basically what we do, what I was saying a little bit before uh, about the home energy audits, they're called, to save energy. So we do reviews of homes, or there's a contractor who can do that, and they can go look at your system, and if they know what system that you have, they can figure it out if it's efficient beforehand or no, but they can give you some recommendations to save energy. Um, And they also give you options to not only to improve your system, but also like if you can get a new system, they can give you some ideas about what changes you might make, even smaller ones, or to save costs. And what would the cost would be based on what you ask for, or is it just covered by Energy Trust? It's free. It's free. It's free. In the whole state of Oregon, in the places. So if you're a customer of PGE or Northwest Natural, um, or in those areas, or Pacific Powers. Those are the companies in this area. I mean, they're in the metropolitan area. But so if you are already a customer for those companies, you automatically are an Energy Trust customer. So you can get those reviews for your business. So does it do an analysis of your use and consumption of energy? Um, um, or it's a review to see about what new technology you could use? So it's both? It's both? I think that's right, Alejandro? Depends on the contractor. I would probably need more information, and we can talk with them and see, and they can give you a yes or no. Yeah, thanks. Jose, I have not heard about that latter analysis where that they do free, but I imagine that there's software, the computer software that could do that type of analysis. But seeing that information, or maybe you could see if there's more energy efficient equipment, there might be a cost associated with that, but your best resource would be to talk with the contractor, because they are the one who's going to be doing those tests, and they can tell you exactly, the information that you're looking. So I have a ton of questions. Last one. So the cost to do the analysis or the diagnostic, um, would that be paid by Energy Trust? But the proposals I would have to pay for, the proposal to do the work. Yeah. So, okay, so the budget is part of the contract if you decide to go with a contractor. So if you don't want to incur more costs, like if you're asking for an analysis, if you're looking for, you know, if you're seeing fake information, if you're looking at information in a different system, there might be a cost for you. Okay, sorry. I just want to know about the question about micro and small businesses. Do you still have that program? I don't understand the question, Jose. So I understood that there was a program to benefit micro and small businesses. Do you still have that program? I am not sure if it's a commercial program. I don't know if Emma or Alejandro could talk about that. In fact, sorry to interrupt, but we're actually going to have another presentation next week that's going to be more focused on the commercial side, where we can talk a little bit more about that type of service that would be more focused on the commercial side. You can give more information about small businesses, and to answer Jose's question, Jose, we're going to have a small business program that's going to launch March 15th. So we're officially launching that day, but we do have another presentation here on March 30th. And I encourage you to come and get that information to get more details about the program. Okay, I'm going to be at all the events. I'm always here. All right. Thank you. So we're going to pass it over to Norma Palacios, who also raised her hand. Yeah, Norma, my question is a little bit different than what we were talking about, but I did some improvements in my home, and the person that did the improvements did not do a very good job. So I've already paid that person. So my question um, is there any way that I can get that person to come in and fix the work that they did? Because, it's been 6 months since they've come, and they still haven't fixed it. Is that one of our Trade Ally contractors? Yeah, they had a license and everything, but he works under his own name. But he said that he was going to make improvements, but it didn't happen. So I just wanted to know where I could go to get it fixed, or or maybe I just can't do anything. Well, if the contractor who did that work is part of the Energy Trust Trade Ally Network, then you could get in touch with us, and we could talk with the contractor and talk with them about um, to see if other customers have had problems with them. But if they're not part of our Trade Ally network, there's nothing that we can do because we just have contracts with them. So if you could give me the name of the contractor, or if you could give me their phone number, I can see if they're there. Yeah, his name is Juan Ahira. And you said he had a company, but he does it himself. He said that he had a company, but when I paid him to a check in his name. So I did pay him a check. So what he didn't do very well, and he said he would fix anything, but he gave me an appointment, he didn't come, another appointment, he didn't come. So now I'm starting to wonder if I can do anything or not. Well, so if he's not coming in to make his changes, I can get you in touch with an antitrust contractor. And all of our contractors are licensed and very experienced, and that person could probably fix that. And but unfortunately, I don't know what uh, to do for this person that did that installation, but I can get you in touch with someone who's very experienced, who can make the changes quickly. But there's no place where I can lodge a complaint or anything. Not that I know of, unfortunately. No. Well, I mean, I personally don't know. I don't know if one of my colleagues here might know. Norma, if you'd like, um, let's get in touch and I will research how we can help you with that situation. Okay. Anyone else has any questions? Alejandro, in this session, there were a lot of, in this session, we have a lot of childcare companies here. Um, they offer their services or they work from home. Obviously, they always have their lights on. So for that type of business, what would be your best, you know, advice or tips for them to save for childcare places? So, a childcare uh, business, a lot of the buildings or the spaces where they have their business are in residential homes, right? So, if that's the case, if you have a child care business out of your own home, we do offer incentives. Um, uh, for technology you can invest in. But we also have a list of tips about changes that you can make in your home, especially for childcare companies, to use less energy. So a lot of the tips that we give is about lighting. Lighting is really important, and sometimes that you just kind of you don't think about it, but it's one of the simplest things. I mean, you have lights everywhere. You can invest in some lights that are motion sensor based, and you could also have that smart thermostat, and that can make a big difference because then you can change the temperature in the childcare remotely, and you can just adjust it, continuing on the conditions. Energy Trust has a page that has a list of resources um, and tips about how you can save energy, and I'll share that in the chat. These are some just everyday things that you can do to save money. Excellent. Definitely, all this information is going to be really helpful to lower our costs and pay less to the electrical company. Gustavo, there's another question. There's not a name, but it says iPhone. So this person's interested in how they can sign up. I'm not sure if you could clarify that question. If you can sign up as a contractor, are you a contractor who would like to be associated with Energy Trust? To be able to provide those services, is that your question or is it a different question? If you could clarify that, please. Carlos, would you like to ask your question? Carlos is a contractor who does insulation. And the question is how can I become a contractor with your program? Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So we have big opportunities for that. And so if you'd like to put your contact information, we can get in contact with you. And it's called, the name of the program is the Trade Ally Network. And in fact, Eric's the person who works with the contractor, so he's the perfect person to get in contact with about that topic. He put his number here so we can get in contact with him to see if we can continue this conversation. Yeah, I took down Carlos's information and I'll get in contact with you after the presentation. Perfect. So we are running out of time. I don't know if you'd like to add any final points or if we'd like to just end. Yeah, Emma, maybe we can, since you have control, you can go back to the presentation so I can show the contact information so that people can get in touch with us and they can take that information down if they want to talk with me or with any of the programs. Yeah, they can follow up and ask questions. As you can see, there's my name. I am a program coordinator, and this is my email, my phone number, and please do not hesitate to get in touch. And if you have any questions, we can talk about those, or if you need more information that you're interested in about energy efficiency, if you don't have any more questions, it's likely still that we have some programs or incentives available to you. So I encourage you to write down my contact information, my email address, and get in touch. And I'm happy to help. Yeah, my other point is I just wanted to thank Gustavo and to Jessica and everyone for having us here. And thank you for inviting us and for the invitation. As like I said, it's always a privilege and an honor to be with you and to let you know about these different offers that we have. And we have included our information in the chat if anybody would like to get in touch with us. We have a page where you can sign up to get information about the new offers that we have and the ones that are coming up in March in a week. We have that one that is coming up, and we also have other programs that we're organizing and other events as well. So I invite you to our next event. It will focus specifically on offers for commercial and business property specifically. Today, I know there's a lot of questions about everything that we do, but today we were focusing on the residential, and on March 30th, I invite you to come back and join us. Freddie Salazar is going to present information specifically about information for small businesses. All right, we invite you and thank you so much. And we wish you a great day. Thank you so much, Gustavo. And thank you, Alejandro and Eric. You're welcome, Emma. And Alejandro, thank you for the presentation. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Um, if you need to reach me, if you need support, you know that we are here to help you at the Beaverton Chamber of Commerce. Um, you can always get in touch with Alejandro or Emma if you have any questions. They're here to help. Um, so our time is up. I thank you so much for coming today, and we will be seeing you next Tuesday at the same time at 9 o'clock, same link. And the video and today's sessions is already on Facebook Live. If you missed it, you can find it there in Spanish. Hope you're all well. Have a great week, everyone. Hasta luego.